Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Eduard. It's a Profipack set in 148 scale which copies Sopwith 2F.1 Camel. And as you can guess, it's a World War I biplane, and we have here the commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. It should be already available, so you can find it on official Eduard website. And today we will take a closer look at what is supplied inside. So first of all, I have to note the box art. It's quite nice. As you can see, aircraft is depicted in action, and here is comparison with my hand. It's, I would say, a typical size for World War I aircraft from Eduard. Here on the side you will find also some information about manufacturer. Kit number is 82173, and on the opposite side you can see also 6 markings for this aircraft. As you can see, they are quite colorful, so there will be definitely a good choice of these options. It's a top opening box, and what we have inside is actually several plastic bags. So we will start with this clear one, which was on the top in the Ziploc bag, and then gradually we will continue with some gray plastic sprues. So first of all, this sprue F. Let's move everything to the side. Zoom in. Okay, so now you can see these clear parts. They look quite great in my opinion, and because it's a Profipack, we will have the masks for all necessary components, so you shouldn't be worried. And well, this is a World War I aircraft in 148 scale, so as you can notice, the parts are not that big. And the same can be said about gray plastic parts, which we will be checking in a few seconds, because now I'm opening the resealable plastic bag with all sprues. So just give me a moment. The Sopwith Camel itself is a relatively new plastic from Eduard. They're not that, I would say, often releasing the World War I aircraft, but here we get a really nice copy of this famous aircraft type. And here we start with the first gray plastic sprue, so I will just zoom out, and you can see that we have the wing parts, we have 2 fuselage halves, we have also the separate top fuselage panel, which is quite a nice design because it allows you to avoid the unnecessary gaps and seams in this area. But obviously here it was done in order to copy different versions. And if we zoom in, now you can see that the wing itself is molded as a single piece part because it's quite thin, so it doesn't require 2 halves. As for the fuselage halves, here we have, I would say, typical external features. This is a new plastic from Eduard, so that's why we get quite nice details. And if I flip it over, here inside we have some cockpit features. We also have the guiding elements, and all additional stuff will be added in form of the separate parts, so do not worry. This is a Profipack, so we should have more of the things to add inside the aircraft. Next we continue with another plastic sprue. This is a sprue E. So here we have several versions of the engine, and of course you will use only one, so all others will go into spare parts box. And this is a really cool bonus because all scratch builders will be happy to get such thing. Note that we also get the several versions of the instrument panel. It means that you can use straight away this plain version with PE parts, so you don't have to send anything. And just to give you a better idea, maybe I'll zoom in so that you can understand what I'm talking about. But overall, molding quality is really great. I think it is important in this size of the model. I wanted to say the scale, but well, the scale, as I said before, does not define the size here because 148 scale World War I biplane does not take a lot of space. And last but not the least is one more gray plastic sprue. So here we have the front cowling section, which is molded as a single piece part. Again, several versions of the landing gear wheel, also several types of the elevators, and we have also here the landing gear struts as far as I remember, so those are also supplied in several versions. And again, if I zoom in, you can see the pre-molded details. They look quite great for this size. So it's just a matter of not losing them under the coat of paint and primer, so be sure to pay attention to such things, I would say, and then you will be completely alright. And if I flip it over here inside, you can see also some of the guiding elements in all necessary spots. So it's a well thought design, and I don't think you'll have any issues, but this is definitely not something what I would advise to beginner, because a lot of rigging and also because of the biplane structure and PE parts. And as for the masks, I was mentioning that this is a Profipack, so we have masks in the separate plastic bag. Here they are. As you can see, they're pre-cut. They will be used also for the landing gear wheels, so quite a handy bonus. And next we continue with PE parts. So it's pre-painted PE fret. And I would say it's a standard or typical product for Eduard, and as you can guess, the quality is really good. And the only thing required from you is to use all of these parts. Note that some of them are really tiny, so definitely tweezers will be required. Okay, so let's move this one to the side. And then we have also the decal sheet here. This one comes in a resealable plastic bag. So just give me a moment. Straight away, it's safe to say that the decals are printed in Eduard, and Eduard printing quality is really good, so there is nothing to worry about in this sense. And if I close the lenses and zoom out, here you can see what I'm talking about. We also have some of the cockpit decals. It's for those modelers who are not huge fans of the PE parts, but still I would rather suggest to go this way, because PE parts actually offer you a bit more sophisticated finish. And as for the printing quality, as you can see, we have also the cutouts in all necessary spots, so it's not just like the full roundel which you have to cut through. You actually get it already separated in all necessary spots, and it's ready to be applied on this particular aircraft type. And last but not the least is this assembly manual. So I will zoom out even more, because it's a cover printed brochure. It's not as big as in some other releases from Eduard, but we have here a short history note, and then we continue with the parts map. So blue colors mean that those parts will not be used, and assembly process starts with the pilot seat, as you can see here, and straight away we can use the PE parts for the pilot seat, which is rather unusual, I would say. Then we continue with the cockpit floor. We also install some parts on the cockpit walls. Here note that some parts should not be glued, so pay attention to those moments. They are quite important for the assembly, and as you can see, they're marked with red color as here and there. We also get the Clearjet and Bentley engine versions, so it will depend on the marking option. As you can see, only F marking is using this second version, not the Bentley. Next we have the wings assembly. So as I said, ailerons are separate, and also we have quite large tabs which should help you with alignment. And next we continue with wing struts. Here we install the landing gear struts. We can also install some bombs if you would like to have them on your aircraft. Here you can see some of the rigging schemes and also masks application guide. So plenty of rigging, as I said before. And here is another page of the rigging which should be done on the aircraft. Next we continue with the first marking option. It's from July 1918. Another one from July 1917, one more from April 1918, and here we have two more from April-June 1918, and another one from mid-1980s from Sydney, by the way. And here is the last one from October 1919 from Finland. Okay, so overall, I would say it's a quite nice World War I aircraft kit. Obviously, it's more for the experienced modelers. So if you're sure in your skills, definitely check this out. And I will be happy to hear your opinion. Do not forget to write it here. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.